you will get swayed by public opinion, by people around you, by the perception of being a star, or the fact that you need to do this because you are this way.
अगर मुझे कोई नई जिंदगी एक्साइट कर रही है मैं उसको ही चेज करूंगी. मैं हमेशा अपने आप से एक ही चीज पूछती हूँ कि मैं क्यों एक एक्टर बनी हूँ.
I never came into this profession to be number one, number two, and I say that with the most amount of honesty, because that was never the agenda. The agenda was to do all sorts of films.
Yeah.
I'm one actor who's done the most ensembles in my generation.
लव भैया ने बोला कि इसको फीमेल क्यों नहीं बना देते, टबू मैम को पूछेंगे. मैंने बोला कि यार इससे बड़ा मेरे लिए क्या, आई वुड लव दैट. लाइक
उसका नाम है मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा.
तेरा खून पी जाऊंगी.
नहीं, और फिर ऑलरेडी फादर ने प्रीक्वल लिख दिया था 7 खून माफ है.
out of 10 the story of Kamine was this was this. So that is anyway going to happen for any film that I do, whether it was a caper film or a crime drama, anything.
हाँ, मतलब तुम गैंगस्टर फिल्म बनाते तो मकबूल.
हाँ, तो फिर पापा ने सब बना लिया ना.
एक तो पापा भी नहीं यार.
If you watch the trailer of Kuttey, you will understand it's about surviving in a world to fit in. Today I have 3 people who have been fitting in their own way because everybody's journeys are different. I have Arjun Kapoor, Radhika and Asmaan Bhardwaj joining me for a conversation only on Bollywood Bubble. Hello.
He didn't screw up the opening this time. Last time we took 7 takes.
No, excuse me, because he made me speak in Hindi. And then he went into Marathi, which I understand but I can't speak. So they said you have to give an intro in Marathi. How am I supposed to tell? मतलब आता माझी सटकली होती धर्माच्या and मला पाणी पाहिजे. But that's all.
चला लवकर.
But in life and career, you guys have actually taken calculated risks, both of you. You know, like Patakha and all those movies that you guys have been doing. They're very different, like a Finding Fanny also, you know. It's not really the conventional commercial space. But typically people want to watch you in commercial space, and then when you do a film like this, then they'll say you're very good. But you know, there's always been that slight distinction. Do you feel that that will go with the kind of space we are in today? Like people watch a movie for content, or do you feel that people still go for mass and there's a distinction between the two?
किसी को कुछ पता नहीं होता यार. सुनो सबकी, करो अपनी. You should be excited as an actor first and foremost that you can provide something new into this world that you're entering. It should be something unique that inspires you also to say yes to the film. Of course, you want to collaborate with certain makers, you want to live certain worlds, so you want to do mainstream also, you want to, I mean, I will not deny for me, Rohit Shetty, Raju Hirani, to do Sanjay Bansali's film, Karan Johar's film, these are all spaces because you believe that they understand their audiences and they appeal to them. So you also have to know why you're doing what film. For me to do a film like Kuttey comes from a very organic place. I've never done a caper. मैंने कभी भी ऐसा कैरेक्टर प्ले नहीं किया that is such a big double ढोलकी who's so selfish, who'll go to any extent to protect himself. So you have to find your reasons to do films. You cannot always look at it so objectively कि ये mainstream है या ये indie है, ये multiplex, because वो segregation keeps changing. The audience is evolving on a monthly basis now. You have to find personal reasons, and it happens to every actor. You go through phases. She's just about starting out, so she might go through that moment. You will get swayed by public opinion, by people around you, by the perception of being a star, or the fact that you need to do this because you are this way. In that moment, if you can find clarity and purity and still manage to do films that actually excite you from the core, and the child inside you as an audience and as an artist, if that balance can come in, I think you should as an actor have the free will to do both those universes and merge them together. I think if I can do an Equal Returns and do a Kuttey within 6 months of each other, I'm very, very happy about that, and I never would like to change that.
Yeah, that's true. That I completely agree. I think, like you said, that Abhina, before you can gauge what the audience wants to do, it's changing. Like audience ka opinion hi badal raha hai, and I'm talking about my own relatives. Like their opinions about films have changed so drastically in the last 2-3 years. Do you see that change as well?
Of course, like my parents. मुझसे ज़्यादा नेटफ्लिक्स के ऊपर शोज उन्होंने देखे हुए हैं. सो मुझे कभी कभी लगता है कि वो मेरे से ऐसे फ़ोन उठाते हैं, तूने ये शो देखा है, इसका नया सीजन आ गया है, 4th एपिसोड ओके था, 5th एपिसोड, एंड मतलब ये कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही है. मुझे लग रहा है क्या. और मुझे अभी भी याद है जब ये सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स आए थे, नेटफ्लिक्स, प्राइम, हॉटस्टार, तो बोलते थे क्या हम कंप्यूटरबाजी करें बैठ के यहाँ पे, और अभी ऐसे लगता है कि टीवी ऑन करना और नेटफ्लिक्स पे क्या है. सो इट हैज बिकम दैट, एंड आई हैव सीन दैट इन फ्रंट ऑफ माय आईज. सो ऑल ऑफ दीज थिंग्स आर नॉट इन माय हैंड. द ओनली थिंग दैट इज इन माय हैंड इज playing different characters or giving my all to every character. अगर मुझे कोई नई जिंदगी एक्साइट कर रही है मैं उसको ही चेज करूंगी. मैं हमेशा अपने आप से एक ही चीज पूछती हूँ कि मैं क्यों एक एक्टर बनी हूँ. बहुत ईजी है टू गेट स्वेड इन दिस वर्ल्ड, इन दिस डिल्यूजन कि हे दिस इज योर इमेज, आई थिंक अभी आपको ये करना चाहिए, अभी आपको वो करना चाहिए. एंड वेरी अर्ली ऑन विशाल जी या वासन सर, आई रिमेंबर वासन सर को बोल रही थी सर मेरा करियर ग्राफ ना मुझे थोड़ा इधर डालना है, फिर ना मैं एक कमर्शियल फिल्म कर लूंगी, फिर मैं ये कर लूंगी. एंड ही वाज लाइक स्टॉप थिंकिंग. जितना दिमाग से सोचेगी उतनी अपनी सोल को खो देगी.
Yeah.
So now my mantra is do projects, do characters that scare you. अगर मेरे को स्क्रिप्ट पढ़ के ये लगता है कि हाय राम मैं कैसे करूंगी, तो मैं I make sure that I say yes to it.
Did you feel that with this one?
Of course, I loved this one. Of course, Lovely was like really far away from Radhika, but that world, oh God, and I was scared.
You know, I have to tell you that initially when we thought of what Kuttey would be, I thought that it's going to be like a gang war kind of a film. But when I saw that scene where you are like asking for the guns and everything, and then when the revelation happens in the trailer, I felt it was such a fun. It's actually, like you said, it's a caper because there's so much of fun elements in it. It can be a difficult space because you know sometimes you're doing grunge and then you're suddenly getting to like a fun mode and where you're leaving everybody in splits. Was it difficult while you were writing, or was that the plan always to do it this way?
See, the thing with caper is that inherently there is so much humor in it, which you are not putting into it, and even the characters are not feeling the humor. Like when we had discussed the script all like with everyone, I had said that we have to make sure that we are not creating the comedy because the scene is funny.
Yeah.
When you read it, the scene is funny, but in that situation, those characters are not doing anything funny. They are being very serious and this thing. But the audience will. And my thing while like many scenes I was writing in this way, you know what, it should feel like that when I will laugh at this, I'll be like, I'm such a bad person. How can I laugh at this? Why am I laughing at this? Like, which is what happened in Kamine.
Yeah.
Is that because in Caper it's that. Then in Kamine wo wala that hum hai do bhai. You're not supposed to laugh at that. But you can't stop yourself. You have to laugh at it because that's what the genre is.
But you know, again, Kuttey Kamine. When I heard of it, and then how many people have actually come to you with this? Like, is it because it's
just today in every interview?
I knew.
Father has made Kamine, you made Kuttey.
Yeah, was that the plan? मतलब इसीलिए ये नाम था या क्या है?
नहीं, नाम तो actually था because of what's in the film. You'll see it from the film when you watch it. It's very connected to the film that way. But वो हमें पता चल गया था किसी को देने के पहले भी, क्योंकि गुलजार साहब ने सबसे पहले बोल दिया था, अच्छा बाप ने कमीने में ना ये बेटा कुत्ते बना रहा है, वेरी गुड, आई लाइक इट. So we knew from before that thing is going to come.
But film की space भी similar है. In the
Yeah.
sense the
Yeah,
genre
it's-
is
yeah.
there is only
Yeah.
one caper before this, and that is the father has made.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's that it wasn't kept because of that. But
What I liked about the whole narrative is that although everybody has their stories, right, which is intertwined in a way, but everybody has their journey of fitting in some way or the other in the trailer. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
In real life also, you guys have had your stories of fitting in, right? Like, I want to ask you that there are so many things that you keep doing differently and you try to go out of the box, which many other actors from this generation may not attempt, thinking that this will not work as a box office proposition for me or as a commercial proposition for me, and it might, like you said, that it might reduce my bankability, but you still do it. Do you sometimes feel that people tend to overlook that because they have a certain perception about you?
No, listen. The amount of interviews I've done right now, and Sandeep और Pinky Farrar has come up in every single interview. अगर आप बहुत क्रैशली देखो तो मैं क्लाइमैक्स में पिक्चर के नचनिया बन के नाचा हूँ, जो सारे कमर्शियल मेन स्ट्रीम उसूलों के खिलाफ होता है. तो सब लोग ये मुड़ के बोलेंगे कि यार सॉर्ट आउट करने के लिए तो झगड़ा होना चाहिए ना, जयदीप अलावत और अर्जुन कपूर का, वो तो विलेन है और ये हीरो है. But that is the charm of, I think, just following conviction of reading a script and trusting your director and going on a journey where you submit. I'm an actor. I never came into this profession to be number one, number two, and I say that with the most amount of honesty because that was never the agenda. The agenda was to do all sorts of films.
Yeah.
I'm one actor who's done the most ensembles in my generation. I'm also the first actor to give a 100 crore hit in my amongst my peers. I've never flaunted that. I don't wear it and roam around and throw it about. Barring today, which I've said. I've never said this also. I did Gunde as my third film. It's a
But you know,
two-hero
sometimes
film.
I feel Arjun because you don't say it out aloud and most people. अब ना हम लोग ऐसे सोसाइटी में रह रहे हैं जहाँ पे आवाज जब तक नहीं होगी लोग
But
देखेंगे.
like look at Ajay Devgan. Look at Ajay Devgan. He's had Drishyam, which is going to do almost 250 crores.
Yeah.
You don't see him running around pillar to post and screaming and shouting. So I think you should be honest to your personality also. You don't need to do what everybody else is doing. That suits them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge people for being that way. I cannot become like them because वो दिखा मैं कितनी एक्टिंग करूंगा मैं ऑफ स्क्रीन भी एक्टिंग ही करूँ कि मैं अपने आप को प्रोजेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि मैं बहुत सक्सेसफुल हूँ मैं बहुत अच्छी चीजें करता हूँ you're noticing it I'm talking about it I did Kian का when people said अरे यार तुम तो एक्शन हीरो हो तुम खाना पकाओगे घर पे तो कौन देखेगा तुम्हें I wanted to do it because I went on an emotion I wanted to do a film like that I did it people said तुम रोमांटिक हीरो नहीं हो I did 2 states then they said अरे तुम एक्शन नहीं कर पाओगे अभी तुमने इतनी रोमांटिक पिक्चरें कर ली
Even finding fan.
I did villain after that. They said you
Yeah.
don't look like an action hero anymore. So I turned myself around physically. Finding Fanny, Aurangzeb. Listen, Bhoot Police, India's most wanted. Whether they work, not work, Mubarak. I worked with Anis Bazmi and Debakar Banerjee. That's all I want in life to be able to say that आप एक फिल्म बना रहे हो मैं आपकी फिल्म में भी घुस सकता हूँ आप एक फिल्म बना रहे हो मैं आपकी फिल्म भी कर सकता हूँ आप बनाओगे तो definitely घुस जाऊँगा I want to be that actor I'm very and I'm greedy about that I want to do also I want to live I do ensembles for me today in this film the most exciting part is that it's not me alone I don't function like that मैं हूँ अलग I am very very unique and different I've been accepted by the audiences for that I believe that that is my strength and I don't want to embrace this culture of tom-tomming, of trying to be conventional, of trying to chase an image, of being slotted in a certain way because I feel there is no durability in it. If you're not going to come out of your comfort zone, you're not going to grow as a human being or artist. I struggle sometimes as a human being and as an artist, but that is also a journey to reaching a new place. And I'm okay to fail. I think the most important thing is as an artist, as an actor, as a mainstream actor also, you need to be able to ride your failures as much as you ride your successes because there's a lot of that coming in everybody's career. And you see that Friday to Friday it changes. We have enough people who had hits last year and don't have one this year. We've had enough people who had disasters in the last year and maybe have a blockbuster this year. It's a very fickle profession. But what is most important is that you should be honest to yourself in choices you make. You should not become dishonest because the profession dictates that you are a mainstream hero, so you should only beat up men to save women. Why can't a mainstream hero dance to let his masculinity out and embrace his feminine side and enjoy that? And why can't I play somebody who's scared in Bhoot Police of the fact that my brother and not do the comedy and be the soul of the film? And why can't I be part of Kuttey where I play an absolutely selfish character that is not the hero or the villain, he's just a character in an authentic ensemble? Why not?
But I think anti-heroes are in. Like, you don't call them villains or heroes anymore. Even anti-hero, little like that grunge anti-hero.
But then everybody says that suits me also. Ishaq Zade se start hi
Yeah,
वही किया
I
था
feel
Aurangzeb,
that
Gunde.
suits you the best.
So
I feel
villain
the
also
same.
had those elements. This film
Yeah.
also has it. So
You know, coming to you, I want to ask you that there was a point of time I remember our first interview where we did, and you said that there were not so many opportunities given to you at one point of time. Of course, you hone your craft, but you would still have that germ in you to deliver. Today, when you're getting such opportunities to work in films, do you somewhere sense is there a sense of validation? And how do you look back at those days? Do the same people who once didn't want to work with you come back to you with work?
So yes, they are coming, but validation kind of hai, but how do I put it? Okay, so पहले मुझे लगता था कि जितनी हंगर मेरे अंदर है मुझे लगता था मुझे ये भी करना है मुझे वो भी करना है आई थॉट विद टाइम वो थोड़ी शांत हो जाएगी लास्ट ईयर आई डिड 6 प्रोजेक्ट्स उसके हर एक प्रोजेक्ट के बाद वो भूख बढ़ रही है तो मुझे अब समझ नहीं आ रहा नाउ आई एम सो हंग्री जो मैं आपके साथ जो इंटरव्यू किया था उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा कि अब तो मैं जो आप सोचोगे वो उसके उल्टा भी कर सकते हो So, अब मेरे अंदर इतनी भूख है टू वर्क टू परफॉर्म तो मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा मैं इस आग का क्या करूँ तो जितने आ रहे हैं प्रोजेक्ट जो एक्साइट कर रहे हैं मैं बस वही देख रही हूँ कि और क्या डरा रहा है तो आई एम एक्चुअली चेजिंग माई फ्यूर्स राइट नाउ
That's true.
अभी आसमान लेके आ रहा है कुत्ते कमीने.
Kuttey
Yeah,
Kamine,
yeah,
then
I think it
of
should be a
course.
merger.
The crossover between both the films.
Yeah, it
You know,
should.
the-
It should.
Then,
Is there a plan?
and I really want to play an
और
antagonist.
उसका नाम है मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा.
मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगी.
नहीं और फिर ऑलरेडी फादर ने प्रीक्वल लिख दिया था 7 खून माफ है.
Woohoo!
I want to ask you this, that you
तो
know.
तुम्हें एक्चुअली तो भारद्वाज कैंप में तो तुम सेटल्ड हो ही.
That's true.
तुम्हारा तो है परमानेंस. अभी तुम्हारा रेजिडेंशियल कार्ड बनने वाला है.
यार
शाहिद कपूर और तुम आ रहे हो ना कुत्ते कमीने मैं तेरा खून पी जाऊंगा.
But I want to ask you this, that Asmaan, at the trailer launch when you were introduced, and of course your father was really proud. You made a film in a similar space as your father. It could be more, you know.
Yeah, actually that is a good question.
That could
तू
be.
और कुछ बना सकता था. तूने वही चुना जो पापा
हाँ,
जो
और
सिर्फ तेरे फादर ने बनाया.
और comparisons तो ऐसे होने ही थे. Now that can get to you when you are just starting off. Have you reached that point at all? Like,
No, because it's such a, to me at least, it's such a different film from Kamine. I mean, see, because the genre is so, it's the same. So the film will feel like it's an extension. And if Kuttey had come before, Kamine would feel like an extension of it.
True.
So that is there, but they are such different films from each other, both, that I don't, like if they are compared as two films, I don't know who will be able to do that comparison, because what will they compare? How it's shot or what the story is? Because you can just give those like points, out of 10 the story of Kamine was this was this. So that is anyway going to happen for any film that I do. Whether it was a caper film or a crime drama, anything.
हाँ मतलब तुम गैंगस्टर फिल्म बनाते तो मकबूल.
हाँ तो फिर पापा ने सब बना लिया ना.
एक तो पापा भी ना यार.
पापा ने सारे
तो सब बना भी लेते और अच्छा भी बना रहे. पापा यार थोड़ा कंट्रोल करो अपने आप को.
He's done romance, he's done everything. So I can't, there's not some new genre that I'll invent and make. So, you know, like that was the thing. So
कल पापा ने बोला उनको हॉरर भी बनानी, तो एक genre जो बचा था उससे भी
नहीं
कुछ
हॉरर बनाई है ना उन्होंने. मकड़ी
हाँ
टेक्निकली तो है.
प्रॉपर हॉरर बनानी.
What a
God.
But when you have so many people, it can be like difficult if people are difficult. You know, if actors
Like
are
you.
difficult, I'm difficult. I'm the easiest person. Say it on camera, they will actually think I'm difficult. You know how social media is now today. I'm just pulling your leg. But how easy was it working with this bunch of actors? You know, Konkona Sen Sharma, because I'm a Bengali. I have grown up watching her, loving her in Bengali films before she became so much of a name in pan India audience. You know, among pan India audience. And of course, Tabu Ma'am, to, you know, 90s child. I think everybody will say that Tabu Ma'am, like, it's iconic. Yeah. And then you have Nasir Saab, then you have Kumud Shah, then you have. I want to know who was the person you wanted to play Tabu Ma'am's role. This was my
When
question.
it was male.
Yeah, when it was male. Yeah.
कोई सोचा नहीं था.
I don't think कोई सोचा था, इसलिए तो हम फंसे हुए थे.
मतलब अगर करते वैसे
नहीं, because
नहीं कुछ सोचा ही नहीं था.
What had happened is वो रोल ही ऐसा था कि हम अटके हुए थे. We were not able to crack that. Who can we get that has that?
And then लव रंजन ने भैया ने बोला कि इसको फीमेल क्यों नहीं बना देते, टबू मैम को पूछेंगे. मैंने बोला कि यार इससे बड़ा मेरे लिए क्या, I would love that, like.
And then they worked on it from that point of view that she's doing it. So then the role became better.
I never thought of it of making it a female. Otherwise, if I would have thought of it from the beginning, it would have been a female.
So yes, all the best, and I hope that after watching the movie, we can do something where we can discuss.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Scenes from the film, maybe.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi guys, मैं हूँ अर्जुन कपूर.
मैं हूँ राधिका मदान.
मैं हूँ आसमान भारद्वाज.
You're watching us on Bollywood Bubble, and if you like this interview, then
like, share and subscribe.